Hey guys, I come to you today from my desk. I just got home from work and a package had arrived in the mail. A tarot deck that I had long funded on Kickstarter many moons ago had finally arrived. This is one of two decks that I have been anticipating receiving from Kickstarter funding, and the first to arrive was the Marigold Tarot. I'm so excited to open this. In fact, the only thing I did was remove it from the box, but as you can see, it still has like this foam bag around it, so I'm going to reveal it to myself and to all of you using one hand. Ah, there it is. And it comes with... Oh, I got two stickers. How lovely. And they're both the lovers. So very cool. I have some tarot stickers on my bookshelf over there. And at least one of these stickers will be added to that shelf. I might gift the other one to a friend of mine. How exciting. But anyway... this is the Marigold Tarot. I'm very excited to open this, not just to see the cards, but also to see if everything's okay. Because Amrit Brar, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name, Amrit Brar is the creator of this deck, and she's been very thorough and has been sending very frequent updates, especially towards the end of the project before everything was about to ship out, and wanted to know if everybody got all of the cards in the deck. So I would like to hopefully confirm that I have and be, just one more person to verify that the project was a success. Okay, so first, let us examine the box. This puppy is hardcore. A lot of new decks I notice have been incorporating this very sturdy box. This one's actually quite shiny and it's very beautiful. Wouldn't surprise me if those are the suits in this deck, but yes, the Marigold Tarot. And for those of you that don't know, this tarot is sort of themed around death and flowers and... oh. Every figure in this deck is a skeleton, which I thought was a really cool idea. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause this so I can open this properly. Okay, so first piece of criticism. This box, not easy to open. The shininess of the laminate on the outside of this box is quite sticky when it sort of rubs against itself, sort of a like surface, and it took me ages to get this box open. That's one thing that I kind of wish that they had put a little more focus on. It's probably not even the card designer's fault that this happened. It's just sort of a drawback of the sort of material that this box is made out of, but I am not a fan. I do like how sturdy the box is, but I think that the way that it's sort of designed could have used some finger holes, like space for your fingers so that you could hold the box properly while you try to pry it open. It was very difficult to open. And then here's the deck, still wrapped in cellophane. I will have to pause again, but I noticed that this is a much deeper box than the deck calls for. Like, the deck is not as thick as I thought it was going to be. I think I was expecting something different, but we shall see. We shall see what the quality of the cards is and just go with it from there. But yeah, quite a bit narrower altogether than the box would suggest. There's like a cardboard insert on one side to sort of make it fitted. But there's the backs of the cards. I think they look beautiful. And let me get this cellophane off. Hold on. Okay, so... This deck, I already have some notes about it for all of you watching. This deck is made in a quite slippery, almost like quasi-linen finish. It's not the craziest linen finish that I've ever seen in terms of texture. This one's actually pretty smooth, and the deck itself is very, like, slidey. And I quite like that. I like that. That gives the ability to fan your cards a little bit more ease, and shuffling is a little bit easier. The cardstock is pretty nice. It's not super thick, and it's not like sort of stiff and rigid the way that maybe perhaps the Visions Tarot is or the Fountain Tarot. This one is quite flexible, and like I said, has that linen finish, so it feels like it could take a good knock, you know what I mean? Like you could handle these cards a little bit and they would last you. Also, I don't know how well the gold is registering on camera, but it does have a slight shine as opposed to like the white and black colors that are incorporated into this deck, but it is very, very attractive, and I'm loving the border. Not all borders are bad, but I am not myself a fan of borders in general, so I really appreciate it when they're tastefully done, and I am quite a fan. The Fool, I'm not going to be able to comment on every card because I'm running out of room on my camera, but I do like how, you know, calm the Fool is. He's sort of leaning against a rock. It almost looks like he has like an instrument in his hands because there's like a string on it. And I mean, all of the symbolism in this deck is going to have to be gone over, and I'll have to have, you know, a little getting to know you with the deck, but I was in it for the art from the get-go, so of course I had to back this deck. It's just so beautifully made. So yeah, the deck I'm quite a fan of, and I look forward to getting to know the cards. But the box, ugh. Damn you. The fortunate thing for me is that I actually found some really perfect fabric that I can't wait to make a pouch for this deck out of. So I'm looking forward to showing you that when it is complete. Empress. It's very interesting to see all of these archetypal figures without flesh. Definitely peculiar, but awesome. There's the Lover's card, the one that I'm so familiar with. The Chariot. Oh, is that a unicycle? Or is it a bicycle? It looks like a bicycle. Yeah, it's a bike. From the front, it kind of looks like a unicycle. Beautiful. Yeah, some of the imagery is just exquisite. This is a very well put together deck in terms of the art. It's got a very quiet dignity to it that I think isn't often present in tarot anymore. I don't know. Perhaps it's just one of those things that's as subjective as beauty, but I really do like how dignified the images in this deck are. They don't seem cartoony or humorous in any way, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, it's nice to see this style also. I feel like a lot of modern decks have sort of shied away from that sort of stillness and that sort of ceremony. With some exceptions, of course. There's some very good exceptions. Oops. I'm not really paying attention to the table. Yes, very beautiful. Oh, I'm so looking forward to... You know what? I'm just going to do a Virgin Shuffle, because that's what we all came to see. Okay, I think I have a moment of balance for my camera, but I am going to give this the very first shuffle. Oh, God, these are utterly beautiful cards. I just want to show you real quick. I hope I have enough time. I do. I have 3 minutes. Oh, dear. So I just want to show you... so for the suits... the wands are represented by like stemmed plants. The cups are open skulls. The swords are swords. All sorts of very cool looking Arabian swords, actually. That's awesome. Oh, I'm seeing all sorts of swords. And then the fourth suit in this deck is called the rings. So that is going to be fun to explore. I might actually do like a full walkthrough of this deck, but I'm going to put it back together in order to do that. Right now I just wanted to do this. Oh baby, like butter. Yeah, that's really nice. I might edge this deck. It doesn't really need it, I don't think. I'm not totally put off with it having just perfect sides, or maybe I'll edge it in black since that seems to be the most forgiving color. I was going to try to do something like gold, but meh. Meh. I would hate to compromise the integrity of the quality of this deck, because I do think it is very well made. It's, I don't know, everybody's idea of well made is going to be a little different too. I tend to favor decks that feel like they're sturdy enough to be handled. I feel like a lot of card companies are putting all of this focus into like super thick cardstock and like perfect gold gilded edging and all of this shit that doesn't really need to be on a tarot deck. Like they're cool accessories, but what do they say to the actual like usage of the deck? And I'm more of a pragmatist myself, so that's where I sort of stand on that issue. But yeah, the Marigold Tarot at this very moment gets full marks for me for quality. I just wish that that box had been easier to open because that was really irritating. But yeah. Before I let you go, I wanted to make some final remarks. The first is that this deck, when I funded it on Kickstarter, was sort of like 40-ish Canadian dollars, which is in the 30 to 40 range US. Excuse me. And I personally think that that is exactly what you're getting. This is definitely a $30 to $40 deck because of the linen finish and because it's actually like very sturdy and probably a little bit more scratch resistant than some other more matte decks. So I definitely think that you get what you pay for here. However, this deck does not come with a booklet or a little white book, any sort of book of interpretations for the cards, because it's based on a standard Rider-Waite Smith interpretation system, the weight system. So if you have any concerns about the interpretations of the cards, I would just default to that. But if you're looking to purchase this deck in the future, but as of right now, which is June 4th, 2018, this deck does not come with any book. So, also, I just wanted to say before I went that I had another look at the box because it's such a sturdy box. Like, it would be such a shame to just, like, pitch it because, you know, of how temperamental it was. But I came up with a minor solution to my problem. First of all, again, no finger holes, so you do kind of have to, like, dig into the sides to pull it out. But to make it easier to open, what I did was I took a piece of coarse grit sandpaper and I sanded the inside lip, this like, you know, half an inch of paper that was as shiny as the outside and was sticking to the other side of the box. And I just decided to sand it down, and now it's way easier to get open and closed. So just a word of the wise, don't be afraid to sand things. I learned this from working in acrylic. Sandpaper is your friend. So there's that. Oh, and finally, I have confirmed that all 78 cards are in this deck, and I have sent a message on Kickstarter to the creator saying, you're good to go, everything's good here, and I am so looking forward to working with this deck, because it's just, so exquisitely beautiful. And, yeah, just feast your eyes. I'm sorry that my camera sucks, but feast your eyes upon the beauty. The super detailed line art, brilliant use of color. I love the color scheme for this deck and how like minimalist it is. It's just very, very impressive. I like it a lot, and I would recommend it to anyone. I'm looking forward to using it, and I'm sure I'll have updates to that effect as the months roll by. And I just gotta figure out what sort of work I want to do with this deck. There's so many possibilities, but I will keep you updated. Alright, so now I'm going to let you go. I hope everybody's having a wonderful summer, and until next time, sweet dreams.